In 2015, there was a game console launched. It had cartridges, a set of specifications. You could purchase it and play games on it, except it never actually existed. But you can still buy it and you can still play games on it. So what the heck am I talking about? This is not making any sense. Well, I'm talking about this, the Lexaloffle Pico 8. The Pico 8 is a fantasy console. It's just like a normal game console, except you don't have a console. You pay $15 for your license, which is a lifetime payment. You can download it as many times as you like for as many different platforms as you like. And once you've paid for it, all of the games are free, which is awesome and all, but I kind of like having a bespoke console for each of my consoles. And even though I've never really gotten into Raspberry Pi stuff, this Raspberry Pi option here opens up a lot of possibilities. It turns out that a lot of these retro emulation consoles on AliExpress actually support that Raspberry Pi version of Pico 8. The main thing though is you got to make sure they aren't a NES clone, which is what I thought this was when I saw it on the clearance table at a local electronics store. But apparently it isn't. You can add and play your own MAME ROMs. MAME is multiple arcade machine emulation, and they also do console emulation now too. But just because it's not a NES clone doesn't mean it's going to be Pico 8 compatible, and there's absolutely no useful information about what this thing actually is on the box. So we're just going to have to get in there, and depending on what guts it's got, we might turn it into a Pico 8. Let's have a look. Handheld game console. It sure is. It comes with instructions on how to install some games so that they don't have to do the piracy. But despite the quality of this thing, the English in the manual is actually perfect because this thing was packaged by an Australian distributor. Let's see what this thing actually... Oh, it looks... It's so dusty, and there's fingerprints on the screen already. It comes with a USB charge cable, which is just going to be a charge cable, a nasty as AV cable, which is what we're coming to expect from these things, and I hope there's a screen protector on here, because if there isn't, it's gross. Thankfully we can peel off the dusty fingerprints. The quality is as awful as I expected from something that was about $15 on clearance. The analog stick spins and it's slippery too, so that's going to be a terrible experience. We've got a PlayStation button layout with logos just different enough to avoid a lawsuit. Reset, select, start, blah, blah, blah. We've got 4 shoulder buttons. The top ones feel so bad. They're really hard to push. Volume, charge, power, AV out. On the bottom, there's an SD card slot. We've got a free 16 gig SD card, which is definitely not bundled into the cost of the thing. And on the back, we've got a speaker, and I guarantee we've got a Nokia battery in here. There it is, our Nokia BL5C. It passed quality control in July 2024. Come on, Nokia battery. No. Oh! It just takes ages. We've got music. It's interesting music, and despite having the rating on the front, I suspect they didn't submit this because these are pirated games. Although they didn't go all out, the Famicom folder is empty, so maybe it's just these 8 games. Hey, Puzzle Bobble! In Japanese! Yay! I like Puzzle Bobble. In any case, the fact that this is an emulation machine gives me some hope that we may be able to Pico 8 on it. Yeah, straight through that label. What do we got? Oh, it turned off. And this side doesn't tell us anything. The green speaker is kind of cool though. Haven't seen one of those before. Oh, the stick is stuck. There we go. Oh, buttons exploded everywhere. I'll unplug the screen. Ah, they scrubbed it off. Sometimes when manufacturers don't want you to know what chip they use, they laser etch the numbers off the top. It's not very handy for me, because I want to know what chip they used. I just googled this AN66 down here, and I think this is our guy. Apparently, it's a YLW AN66, straight out of China. And it's a potable game player. It's good to know, but I won't go straight to drinking it. So this thing is just one of these things with the customized packaging, but that doesn't really help me right now. I wonder if the contents of the SD card is going to help us. Okay, I found all of the messages. Press to set turbo mode. Low battery! Please charge it in time. In the BIOS folder, I found this file called bisurv.asd. Googling that came up with Datafrog SF2000, and Googling that, what's a similar looking device? And apparently the Datafrog SF2000 has a bit of a following, so there's custom firmware for it. And it kind of supports Pico 8. Faco 8 is a Pico 8 emulator. It's not really Pico 8. Just like physical consoles have emulators, the Pico 8 has an emulator too. And even though the SF2000 does a poor job of emulating the Pico 8, I still wanted to give it a go. However, after literally hours of trying different things, the closest I got to making this thing run SF2000 stuff was just seeing the title screen, none of the buttons work. So the AN66 is related to the SF2000, but nobody's made a Pico 8 emulator work on it yet. So it's no good for what I wanted it for, and I had to get a different thing. This system is a known quantity, the Anbernic RG Cube XX. This is another emulation machine, Oh, thank you. But this one is natively compatible with Pico 8. Of course, because I'm a retro collector, I had to get the Game Boy Color schemed one, and man, the quality is better than that other piece of junk. Other than the console itself, inside the box, we've got a little instruction manual, probably won't need that, and a USB charge cable, which is probably, again, just a charge cable. Oh, it's not! The data pins are connected. Well done, Ambernick. I'm pretty sure these joysticks are just straight off aftermarket Switch Joy-Cons. This one's gross, but it was the nearest one that I had. Definitely seems very similar. The D-pad is the circle type D-pads, which I'm not usually a huge fan of, but I'll let it go. The buttons are a little stiff, but they're nice and glossy and they feel good quality. Ooh, we've got HDMI output. I didn't notice that when I was buying it. There are 2 micro SD card slots, and one of them has a micro SD card in it. We got a 64 gig one in there. Let's see what it does. I'm not sure if this has Pico 8 on it by default or not. We're about to find out. What? It's got RGB. Isn't that nice? How do I connect the Wi-Fi? I need to connect the Wi-Fi because the Pico 8 uses it. Oh, enable Wi-Fi. On. Yay, I'm on the Wi-Fi. So far, we don't have Pico 8 listed here, but that's okay. I know it works with Pico 8. Whoa, comes preloaded with a lot of games. Can confirm it can Pepsi Man. Now, I was just going to do a time lapse of me installing this, so I've gone ahead a bit. It's mostly just copying files to the SD card and following a couple of other steps. Then you got to go into ROMs and then Pico, and I was expecting this folder to be empty, but I found that it's already full of games. So when you buy one of these, it's pretty much set up ready to go with Pico 8, other than a few files that you have to pay the license to get. And since the games are all free, there's no licensing issues to having some games on here to begin with. And now we've got Pico! First, I want to show you what Splore is, and myself, because I haven't seen it yet, other than in other people's videos. Splore is just a free game store. There are tons of games in here. These are just the featured ones. Tiny Hawk Pro Skater. So the Pico 8 specifications are designed to make this into an 8-bit style experience. The game size is limited to 32 kilobytes. The screen resolution is limited to 128 by 128, which is square, and the reason why I chose this particular console, because it does have a square screen. It supports 6 gameplay button inputs, which include the D-pad directions, so you really only get 2 action buttons, and a Tony Hawk's clone, even in isometric view like the Game Boy Advance, is not great with 2 buttons. However, I will favorite it just because I want to see what that does. Now, in favorites, I've got my Tiny Hawk. All of these games are homebrew. These are made by hobbyist developers, and I'm genuinely amazed by how many there are on here. Although I suppose it has been 10 years since it came out, so there's been a lot of time for them to build up. Flying Mario. Oh, it's Flappy Bird. Oh, goodness me. Is that even hard? Oh no, that's easy. When Flappy Bird first came out, even though it's probably forgotten by now, it had a Mario looking theme. This one's just gone all out and it's just Mario now. I read somewhere online that if you search for A, you get the top games, I think. There are probably a lot more of you familiar with Celeste than familiar with the Pico 8. Well, Celeste started off on the Pico 8. The console versions came out later. Oh no. Okay, this is just turning into me playing Celeste. I should probably get back to it being the Pico 8 that I'm looking in. Oh, I'm dead anyway. Someone even did a Doom clone called Poom. It's funny because it sounds like poo. Ah, the other button does strafing. I have no idea how to change weapons then. Is that select? I don't have any other weapons. Ah, there is a weapon select. You just click start, it comes up, choose your weapon. It's a DDR battle game thing. Whoa, I can't do that quick enough on this D-pad. I'm dead. This game's called Ascent. It sort of seems Metroidvania-ish, maybe? But with, like, kind of point-and-click elements? I feel like that stuff's gonna kill me. Is this stuff gonna kill me? That stuff killed me. Alright, this game has me stuck already. Oh, no, I don't know. Hey! I only just opened it! Runtime error. There sure was. Ah, it's working now. So this is a WarioWare-esque kind of game. Count the sheep. 1, 2, 3. Wake them up. Mash the little things. Oh, this is straight out of WarioWare. Oh, I stuffed it. Can't even pick my own nose. No. Oh, man, there's a lot of those flying things. For the fact that no one's getting paid to make these games, there are quite a lot of really good quality games on here. And a lot of fan-made games based on real franchises too. Yeah, shoot the TIE Fighters. Shoot the TIE Fighters. Hey, shoot the TIE Fighters. Why not shooting TIE Fighters? Come on, yeah, explode TIE Fighter. Sonic? Oh, it's just a tech demo. This version of the game features a very small level to test basic mechanics. I finished it. Seriously though, this seems like a really solid Sonic engine. All the things do all the things. Plays exactly like Sonic as far as I can tell. Oh, no. And if you like a game and you want to play more from the same developer, you can just go into the menu and choose carts by the developer. Then it'll give you a whole list. And man, Bonevolt's made a lot. The amount of effort that people put into homebrew games always surprises me. They have no reason to make these games good, and yet they do, just for fun. It really gives me some faith in humanity that not everybody's just doing it for the money. Okay, I did a dead. But if you're not somewhere with internet, which is fine, not everyone is, although the games are only 32 kilobytes each, so if you use your mobile phone for a hotspot, you're really in no danger of using up your data. But you can download games, then you can play them offline. And this seems to be a Christmas-themed Katamari Damacy game. Ow. Yeah, I love the 8-bit version of the Katamari music. Oh, I can get shoes now. The controls are a bit weird. Up is move forward and you steer with left and right, but I guess the Katamari controls are pretty weird. If it was our Katamari, we'd make it much bigger. We can't make a star. Go back to Earth. So this is what I wanted to achieve, a handheld game console playing Pico 8 games natively. But that's because I'm not into developing games. But if you are, the Windows, Mac and Linux versions of Pico 8 come with a software development suite. You don't even have to know any coding to start with. In that respect, this thing is very similar to the Panic Playdate. Although what makes that special is the hardware, whereas this is a software-based system and you don't need to buy anything really expensive other than the computer that you've probably already got. And you can even play it in your browser if you want to. I still can't believe all of the games are free. It's genuinely a once-off payment, $14.99. It feels like I'm emulating a retro console, except it's got brand new games with all the quality of life features that come with that. It's starting to rain a whole bunch, so I have to yell louder. That's the Pico 8 by Lexaloffle running on the Anbernic RG Cube XX. Even though it doesn't exist, I still really like it. Thanks for watching. If you'd like early ad-free access to all my videos before they come up on YouTube, plus a photo of everything I get from my video game collection, because I've been collecting for a while and I'm always getting new stuff, then you can join me on Floatplane for $2.50 a month. Or if you just want to join for the photos, that's only $1 a month. The link's in the description. I'll see you on Floatplane.